welcome to another Legs, Bums and Tums video. We don't really need any equipment today, Matt, for lying down on the floor. We're going to be doing some exercises kneeling as well, so if you want a cushion or something under your knees, grab that before we start. Each exercise today is 45 seconds and a 15-second rest. As always, do as much as you can, rest whenever you need to, and if you need a drink, just have one handy. So we're going to get going. Without further ado, let us pop some music on. So we're just going to start standing and stepping it out to a side lunge. Keeping the abs nice and tight. Let's get those legs all warmed up. So as you're doing your side lunges, try and keep your neck alignment correct. You don't want your chin to be stuck up in the air, neither do you want your chin down towards your chest. So we'll have one more on each side and just bring that to the centre to a march. Your next exercise is to come down into a chair squat. Abs are nice and tight to protect your back, and we're just going to tap that out and tap it in. Let's go. Quick check in with your abs. One more each side, and just bring that to the centre and march it out. So we're going to keep the feet underneath the hips, bring it down into a chair squat, and we're just going to tap the toes. Try and get your weight into your heels. You can always tap this out a little bit slower. You can always tap it, alternate feet. Just see how it feels on your legs and adjust it accordingly. Try and keep it going for the full 45 seconds. And march it out. Our next one is a 4-point lunge. I'm just going to step forwards. So we're going to lunge to the front, to the side, to the back, to the side. Taking it into alternate legs, starting with your right leg. To the front, to the side, to the back, to the side. And we change legs. Don't need to go too deep, just still warming up the legs. Finish this one off and bring it back to the centre. Popping your hands onto your shoulders. We're going to bring the knees up towards your elbows with a gentle twist, starting with your right knee. Try and lift the knees up as high as you can. Twist through your shoulders. Again, those abs are in nice and tight. Aim to keep your chest lifted. comfortable distance apart. Turning the toes out. You're going to bring your hands again onto your shoulders, coming down into a squat, aiming your elbows towards your knees. So as you're coming down into your squat, make sure that your bottom goes back, your chest comes forwards, and you squeeze your bum cheeks as you get back up. Breathing in, come down, breathing out to come up. Excellent, we're going to come down onto the mat. If you want your cushion, pop it under your left knee. Coming into a box position, extending your right leg, we're going to lift and lower. Aiming to keep your hips still facing the floor, so you're not turning and twisting into your back. Your abs relax, keep them nice and tight. Really focus on that squeeze in your glutes. I'm going to change legs. So extend the left leg out. Comfortable in your position, pull your abs in. And off we go. So again, you're keeping the hips facing the floor. You're not turning your hips and making a twist in your back. If you don't like being on your hands, you can always come down onto your forearms for these exercises. Pop that left knee back down, back to your right knee. So this is our fire hydrant, where the leg is coming out to the side. Again, you still want to keep your hips facing the floor. We don't want to be twisting into the back. So onto the right leg, temple out and down. And the knee can come back down onto the floor between each one if you need to. It's not important how high you're lifting that leg. It's important that you keep your back straight. You're not lifting the hip and twisting into your back. Excellent. Let's come on to the other side. Getting ready with the left leg. Again, abs are in nice and tight. And if 45 seconds is too much, just do as long as you can. Try and make sure that you do the same amount of time on each leg. And try not to collapse into your arms. Keep your shoulders lifted away from your wrists. Again, those hips facing the floor, abs are pulled in, using those ab muscles to protect your back. Excellent, so we're going to go back onto the right leg. So this time you're circling the knee round, keeping it as close to the floor as you can. The protection under the opposite knee if you need it. So let's circle the right leg. So we're going to go round in this direction, 20 seconds. And we're going to turn into the other direction and reverse. Excellent. Let's swap that onto the opposite knee, ready to do our circles on our left knee, or left leg even. So again, abs in, and off you go. All the same direction. Everything else nice and still. And reverse. Excellent, well done. We're going to come back and stand up. So we've got an upper body twist first of all. Feet and knees slightly wider than your hips, hands towards your shoulders, and twisting it round. As best you can, keep your hips facing the front. So the lower body stays nice and still. Think about trying to keep your hips facing the front. And speed for this is entirely up to you. If you want to go faster, that's fine. If you want to go slower, that is also fine. Just really focus on the quality of your twist rather than the quantity of your twist. Excellent, well done. So we're going to change that now to a lower body twist. And I want you to think about taking your feet to opposite sides of your room. Hands can come back up here, it doesn't really matter what you do with your hands for this one. And you're twisting from the lower. Turn those feet, toes to each side of your room. Upper body, stay still. Working into the waist. Excellent, well done. Let's come back down onto our mat. We're going to be in plank pose for this one. And it can either be full or half plank. So that's knees on or off the floor. You're going to bring your knee to the outside of your elbow. So if you're doing this with the knees on the floor, it's still the same. Just makes it a little bit easier. It's a little easier on your wrists. Check in with those abs. One more each side. Excellent. Let's come and lie down. So we're going to come back onto our forearms. Tucking your elbows in, knees to your chest, extend and bring them in. Breathing in to extend, breathe out to come in. Your legs can also go a little bit higher. Just think about what's going on. Your back. Make sure your back is nice and straight. We're nearly there. Keep going. Excellent. Well done. Let's come and stand up. Starting with our right leg, we're going to kick out and curtsy. Got 45 seconds on the right leg, 45 seconds on the left. Kick, curtsy, kick, and curtsy. So if you balance, it's a little bit off today, grab onto the wall. Make sure when you curtsy, bottom goes back. Chest comes forwards. Don't forget about your abs. So hold on, give your legs a shake and do the other side. Out. Are we ready? Let's go. Kick it out. Curtsy. Kick it out. Curtsy. So grabbing the wall if you need to. Add extra taps in as well. That helps. Try and find comfortable speed where you don't really lose your balance. Excellent, let's come back down onto the floor. Alternate knee to chest. Feet can stay on the floor. You can do this here. Or the knees can be off. And you can do it here. Again, speed is entirely up to you. Just make sure that you breathe out when you bring in the elbow to your knee. Your back is nice and flat on your mat. Again, you're thinking about quality of the movement rather than the quantity. Excellent, relax. Popping the hands underneath the bottom if you need to as we bring the legs up into the air. If you're happy with your hands up, as you pull the hands down, you're going to lower one leg and then the other. It's really important that you're keeping your back flat on your mat. Using those abdominal muscles to keep your pelvis slightly tilted so you don't end up with a big arch underneath your back. If you find that your back is arching, don't lower your legs as much. Excellent. to come up. Lots and lots of ups and downs today. We're going to come into a lunge position. Let's take the right foot back, hands forwards, drop it, lunge, lift, twist, release. Lunge, lift, twist and release. Comfortable lunge, trying to keep your balance. Oops. Excellent, march it out. I'm going to swap sides, just going to turn around. So taking the right foot forward, left foot back. Finding a comfortable stance to begin with. Hands are to your chest. You drop, lift, twist, release. Excellent, well done. Just give those a shake. Leg swings. I'm going to hold on to the wall for this one. Doesn't matter which leg you start with, you're just going to swing the legs across and out to the side. You're standing nice and tall. The range of motion, maybe bigger than mine, it might be smaller, doesn't matter. As long as you're in control of that movement, you're not swinging your hips too much. Just make sure it's not affecting your lower back so your pelvis is not going backwards and forwards. Excellent. Turn that round, give your legs a shake. Hold on to the wall again if you need to. Just going to swing the other leg. Are you ready? Off you go. You may find that one leg swings in a bigger range of motion than the other, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure it's in your comfort zone, you're not hurting into your hips or your back as you're swinging that leg. Excellent, let's come back down onto the mat. Do some clamshells. Feet together, knees together. Just come down, get comfortable. Take your feet off the floor. And we're just going to lift that top leg, squeeze it together. Lift, squeeze. Don't forget about your abs. You can lie all the way down if you prefer. You can come all the way down here as well. Whichever you find the most comfortable. Keep big toe sides of your feet together. Excellent. Let's turn that over. Lying in the same position on the opposite side if you can. Feet are up in the air, big toe sides of the feet together. Lift, press it down. Lift, press. Use those abs to help you stay nice and stable. Try not to rock forwards or backwards. Aim to keep your hips stacked one on top of the other as you just lift and lower this top leg. Excellent, let's roll it back over. Bottom leg is bent this time. Body's in a nice straight line. Flex your top foot. So we're going to lift and lower. So we're going to keep your hips facing forwards. Abs are nice and tight. Not rolling to the front. Neither are you rolling to the back. And you're using your abs to keep you stable. Don't forget that foot is flexed. If you need this spare hand on the floor for a little bit of support, that's fine. But try and use your abs. Excellent. Let's roll that over. Bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. Hips stacked, abs in, off you go, foot flexed. You may find your balance is easier on this side, it might not be. So you may not need to use your hand on the floor for support, but you may find that you do need to use it. Perfectly fine. As long as you're comfortable and you're working the outsides of your thighs. Again, don't roll back. Keep those hips stacked, one on top of the other. I know it's getting a bit harder. Just keep going, we're nearly there. To relax it. Excellent. So let's come back round onto our knees, and this time we're going to come down onto our forearms. We've got a 45-second forearm plank. So make sure that your elbows are under your shoulders, pull your abs in, and don't forget to breathe. Find that 45 seconds is too long, go for as long as you can. You can always drop your knees if you need to. And do a half forearm plank. You can always have a rest and join back in again. We've got 15 seconds left. Excellent, well done, drop those knees. I'm just going to come into the centre to a kneeling position, pop your cushion back under your knees if you need it. I'm just going to stretch everything out now. So let's bring that right arm up and just gently take it over. Breathing in through the nose, breathe out through your mouth. Get a nice stretch right down the right hand side of your body. Holding our stretches for 45 seconds as well. And let's gently bring that up. Just roll through the shoulders. stretch our left side. Bring the left arm up, stretch it over. Make sure your bottom stays on your heels, on your right and left buttock. Not leaning off your heels. Feel that stretch only in your side here. Lengthening through that top arm. Excellent. Bring it back. We're going to come onto the mat. Kneeling towards the back. To take one foot forwards. So we're going to come into a lunge position to stretch the quads on the back leg. Pressing your hips forwards and down. Think about the position of this front knee. It should be above your ankle or even behind it. If it's gone past, you need to back off your lunge a bit and maybe take your back knee a little bit further back. So you can always go back a little bit if you need to. Keep pressing those hips down and just make sure that you don't twist. Again, you want all your hips facing forwards. So your toes face forwards, your hips face forwards. Let's release that nice and slowly. Take that foot back. And pop the other foot forwards. Try and have your foot in line with your hip. Toes forwards, hips facing forwards. And then you're pressing your hips forwards and down. Stretching over the hips, down into your quads, these big muscles on the front of your legs. Your stretch should always feel comfortable, you should never feel any pain. And if it feels uncomfortable anyway, maybe just back out of the stretch slightly, or even you can back out of the stretch completely if it's causing you too much discomfort. And we're going to release this, slowly taking the foot back, and then we're going to come and stand up. Popping the feet underneath your hips. Hands are going to come down towards your knees. And depending on your flexibility, they can go to your shins, ankles, toes, or even to the floor. Try not to force and lock your knees back. Keep your knees nice and soft. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. So whichever position you're in, whether it's hands and ankles, shins or knees, you're looking to feel a stretch down the back of your legs, into your hamstrings, a little bit into your glutes maybe. Just come up, we bend the knees, breathe in and roll that all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Just come and stand nice and tall. Feet underneath your hips. Let's take a big deep breath in. We're going to blow that breath out through the mouth. And give yourselves a very well deserved round of applause. Well done. Great job.